Greetings, world citizens. You're tuned into Global Update, your reliable source for the latest global happenings. Today, we're turning up the heat as we dive into the ongoing heat wave affecting major parts of the United States. From New York to the I-95 corridor, temperatures are soaring, and Washington, D.C. could even hit 100 degrees. Stay with us as we delve into the scorching details of this heat wave. A dangerous heat wave is gripping the United States, with over 100 million Americans under heat alerts. Rising temperatures are scorching the country, with the northeastern United States under a punishing heat dome. Cities like Boston, Cleveland, Buffalo, and Caribou are experiencing extreme heat, with record-high temperatures being matched or broken. The heat wave is expected to continue scorching the Midwest, Northeast, and Mid-Atlantic regions into the weekend. The I-95 corridor, a major highway system that runs from Florida to Maine, is also under the full brunt of this heat wave. Travelers and residents alike are urged to take precautions as the sweltering weather shows no signs of letting up. Meanwhile, in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the mercury is set to hit a staggering 100 degrees. This is not just a matter of discomfort. Such extreme temperatures carry significant health risks, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Over on the West Coast, California faces sizzling temperatures and active wildfires, while other states such as Iowa are dealing with catastrophic flooding, and New Mexico battles wildfires that have led to loss of life and necessitated evacuations. And it's not just the day's heat that's concerning. Unusually hot nights are part of this heat wave too, offering little respite from the scorching temperatures. This, coupled with the fact that the heat wave is expected to intensify, has prompted emergency declarations and preparations in various states. This heat wave is more than just a weather event. It's a stark reminder of the realities of our changing climate and the urgent need to address it. As the heat wave intensifies, so does the need for us to understand, adapt, and mitigate. With temperatures potentially reaching 100 degrees, the heat wave is not only uncomfortable but poses significant health risks. The searing heat wave is not just about discomfort and sweat. It's causing catastrophic flooding in Iowa and triggering wildfires in California and New Mexico. This is a stark reminder that the impacts of such extreme weather events are far-reaching and devastating. In Iowa, the intense heat has led to unprecedented flooding, wreaking havoc in its wake. Homes have been swept away, livelihoods destroyed, and communities left grappling with the aftermath of this natural disaster. Meanwhile, in the sun-scorched states of California and New Mexico, wildfires are raging, fueled by the dry, hot conditions. Residents have been forced to evacuate, leaving behind their homes and belongings, uncertain of what they'll return to. The heat wave has already claimed lives, a grim testament to its deadly potential. In Mexico, 125 heat-related deaths have been reported this year, with high nighttime temperatures contributing to the deadliness of the heat wave. This is a crisis that cuts across borders, affecting people regardless of geography or nationality. In response to these escalating crises, emergency declarations have been made in several states. These are not mere words on paper, but a call to action, signaling the urgency of the situation. Preparations are being ramped up across the board, from increasing the capacity of cooling centers to ensuring that vulnerable populations have access to life-saving resources. But as we respond to the immediate crises, we must also look to the future. The heat wave is expected to intensify in the coming days, bringing with it record temperatures and increased health risks. This calls for an even greater level of preparedness from both individuals and communities. As the heat wave intensifies, so does the urgency for effective response and preparedness. We must act now, not only to mitigate the impacts of this current heat wave, but also to strengthen our resilience against such extreme weather events in the future. As the mercury rises, so do questions about the role of climate change in these extreme weather events. Recent studies have drawn a direct line connecting this oppressive heat wave to human-induced climate change. It's not just a theory anymore, it's a fact that we're living and sweating through. According to a study, daytime temperatures leading to heat stroke cases in the United States are now 35 times more likely and 2.5 degrees higher due to climate change. The blistering heat that's currently baking the United States, Mexico, and Central America is not a one-off event. It's a sign of what's to come if we continue on this path. These heat waves are now 4 times more likely to occur compared to the year 2000. And it's not just the sweltering days that are a concern. The study also highlights the increased likelihood of unusually hot nights. These high nighttime temperatures contribute to the overall deadliness of the heat wave, providing no relief from the heat even after the sun goes down. Mexico has already experienced 125 heat-related deaths this year. The Sonoran Desert in Mexico reached a record temperature of 51 degrees Celsius. That's 123.8 degrees Fahrenheit for those of us sweating it out in the States. This heat wave was caused by a high-pressure system over central Mexico that blocked cooling storms and clouds. The region is now facing drought, water shortages, and of course, extreme heat. So, as we fan ourselves and crank up the air conditioning, it's important to remember that this isn't just a hot summer, it's a climate change summer. It's not just about breaking a sweat, it's about breaking records, and quite possibly, breaking our planet. As we sweat through this heat wave, the connection to climate change is clear. It's not just hot, it's climate change hot. As we wrap up our coverage of this scorching heat wave, we invite you to engage with us here on Global Update. The world is a constantly changing place, and keeping up with these changes is no small task. But don't worry, we've got your back. Subscribe to our channel for consistent updates on global happenings. From climate change to political shifts, we cover it all. If you found this video informative, show us some love by hitting that like button. Your likes help us reach more people, and together, we can raise awareness about these pressing issues. But we don't just want you to watch and listen. We want to hear from you too. Drop your thoughts, questions, or even just a quick hello in the comments section below. Every comment matters to us, and we're always eager to engage in meaningful conversations with you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. We value your engagement. Stay informed, stay safe, and thank you for choosing Global Update